but I'd meet these resistance liberals who would like thank me and thank me for the work I was doing and thank the Washington Post because it was telling the truth and Trump was going to go down. And I would always go like do a collar pull or like that's not what I'm doing, or you should thank this other reporter who's the investigative reporter. I'm the show up and cover what people are saying in an election guy, not the let me comb through the documents. But that mindset, I don't think that would come back. I agree with like with the previous take here. Just if Trump came back, it wouldn't just be that the media didn't stop him. It was that the media never had the power to. Like, he got impeached twice. He got indicted. Everything that I saw on MSNBC that told me that would take him down didn't take him down. Therefore, the media doesn't matter. We just got to focus on doing something else. There'd be a new resistance of some kind, but it would not be just got to get him in the courts, get him get him out of office, just like Nixon got out of office, right? I feel like people will catch up to post Watergate. You just don't get presidents out of office anymore. Like the model is not Watergate. The model is Iran Contra. The model is the Trump Russia stuff. It's the media can report this, and the administration will say, "Yeah, it's fake. We're not resigning," and then they don't resign and they stay in power. So I don't think if you're that's not going to be a thing anymore. People saying I'm going to subscribe to this publication because it's going to take down Trump, because it can't. It just won't.
Or in their mind, they're trying to get Trump back in office. The entire theory of why Biden was unpopular for a lot of people was that the media was doing it on purpose because the economy is so amazing. How could the only explanation is that it's the media?
What do you think? We could see a Netroots renaissance.
I hope so. They're going to replace bell hooks with settlers.
Are you calling on people, as I am, to buy shares in the smirkingchimp.com?
Yeah.
Where have you gone, Marcos Malitsos? A nation turns its lonely eyes to you.
Oh, Jeff Tiedrich would be a hero of 3 resistance cycles.
Yeah. People don't know Jeff has been doing this since the Bush administration.
If only we had taken more seriously the satirical posts of New York Times PitchBot, we wouldn't be in this situation. But Josh, like, what are we to make of what are we to make of this massive disillusionment and demoralization that like the liberal electorate is having with the liberal media and the like chief organs of of journalism in America right now?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think that like it obviously is really annoying and feels maladaptive and like is frustrating when you're trying to like explain politics to people that like for basic political literacy that they blame Biden doing poorly on like the media. But it's like largely kind of interesting because the analysis of power is like more traditionally liberal and more kind of correct than like what it was under the first Trump administration, because the real like love of media from then was kind of an aberration from like the way liberals traditionally followed politics. During the Bush administration was very like anti-corporate, like anti-establishment, traditional liberal stuff. The idea of like worshiping these like patriotic billionaires or these servants of democracy wasn't as much of what their whole thing was about. There was the basic kind of anti-establishment mindset that they had for decades, or like if not centuries, basically. And I could see them totally returning to that, trying to, but like it'll be centered around the Democratic Party and not like anything separate from that. So the desire will probably be more towards like a form of regime media around this existing kind of Biden type establishment. So it's like kind of these like grassroots sort of tactics, but around this very like decrepit establishment class, which will create like, I think this very and even like stronger dissonance than they had during the Trump era, when like, because at least like they understood they were like really in favor of the establishment liberal powers, but it was cohesive. Now they're hating the liberal writers while loving the liberal politicians who have both failed in their own ways, but one gets all the blame and one gets all the love. And I'm not really certain how that ends up working out. It's obviously not something that'll make any sense to people outside of their world.
A blue people's daily.
Yeah, basically that's what they want. But with like, if they can get the wise elephant stories, they could do really well.
Yeah, oh, that would be so good. Like sagacious raccoon draws Trump's tax returns. In twigs.
150-year-old elk delights villagers with stories about rural electrification, and how this was because of like FDR.
Well, I mean, honestly, that would be a huge improvement. I would love to see more sagacious elephant stories in the national press.